Hey, it's Mark Lanier with your video thought for the day. Okay, so the train becomes relevant in a little bit. Hang on. So the other day, Becky and I were in the car with the youngest of our 4 daughters, and she had a couple of friends with her. Now, these are young ladies. They're in their 20s, and her friends, we've known them all since they were like 3 years old, and they all are associated with our church. Now, they were in the back of the 3 seats in the car. They were in the back end. Becky and I and the other 2 girls' parents were in the middle seat, in the front seat. And I'm just driving and I'm listening to the dialogue that's going on between them. Now, this was after they had just finished running the Niagara Falls Marathon. So they're absolutely obliteratedly exhausted. And they had listened to a playlist all the way through the run. They were talking about the songs that they had on the playlist. A number of the songs that they had that they really found useful to them while running were songs that they sing at church. Well, that quickly digressed the conversation into singing at church. And they were commenting on the aspect of the church where we go, where our daughter grew up going to church and where she attends when she comes home from law school. The church where we go has a team that leads worship. And on this worship team is this one fella named Durell. Now, Durell has a voice that can rock your world. I mean, it's just one of the most amazing voices. I don't know if you watch these shows that feature people's voices, like The Voice or America's Got Talent, or one of the other countries has talent, or whatever. But you get these singing shows, and they have some amazing vocalists, but all of us are convinced Durell would win them all hands down. This guy has got pipes. I mean, he can sing. And the girls are talking about it. Now, it doesn't hurt that he also looks pretty cool, but the girls were talking about it. And I'm hearing them in the back, and they're talking about the songs that they had on their playlist. And one of them said, "Yeah, but have you heard Durell sing this song?" And the other one said, "Oh, Durell, anything he sings is going to be incredible." And then the other one says, "Man, I'd love him just to sing happy birthday to me," on and on and on. And I found that interesting. And it came to mind today because I was spending some time in the Old Testament prophet Amos. And in the 8th chapter, the 3rd verse, it talks about the final of 4 visions that God had given Amos. And in the final of the 4 visions, God says that that the songs that they were singing at church were going to become wailings because of all of the death and destruction that was going to be present. And it's a very sobering, sad passage, but it made me think about one of the things that I love most about Durell, for example, when he sings, isn't simply the fact he's got a great voice, but it's that he really seems to be someone who's trying to sing to the glory and presence of God. Durell doesn't call attention to himself, he points attention to God. And I love that because the problem in Amos's day was almost the exact opposite. People were singing these worship songs, but their heart was far from God. They were, in essence, playing trains, but they were playing trains with worship. Now, this is one of our grandson's train sets, and he loves it. It's made by Brio. It's really cool. It does real well. But there's all the difference in the world between playing trains and a real train. And what God calls from us in singing, but in life in general, is not to play at it. It's not to sound good. It's not even to look good. But it's to have genuine hearts of devotion to Him. And we find that and we see that, not in just what happens when we're at church or synagogue, but we see that in how we treat other people. Because God has the heart and passion for the poor, the downtrodden, the needy, for people. And if we have God's heart, then the songs that we're singing carry significance and meaning. They're not songs that should be turned into wailing because they're hollow or empty or a child's game. Think about it. And I don't know that we've got a link for Durell singing anything, but if we do, Brent or Janet will find it and we'll put it below. He can sing. It's your video thought for the day.